Just before we begin, this is not a tutorial, it's simply a record of what I did while helping out with a couple of small DIY jobs at my son's house. If you're not confident with electrical work, always call a qualified person. Ciao and welcome back to my son's Alessandro's house. Today I've been tasked to replace a couple of extractor fans. Here they are in my hands, both for upstairs in the ensuite and the main bathroom. But the reason why I'm downstairs is also because they've purchased a new light here, and this needs to be fitted in the toilet downstairs. So it's all toilet work today. And if Julie goes up here, at the moment they just got a simple straightforward light. If you are doing something similar and you're not comfortable, by all means call an electrician or a competent person. First and most important job is to turn the electrics off, and if you can see, the light is no longer coming on. Always rule number one. Next job is to remove the current light fitting. So this comes off. So these particular fittings are screwed to the ceiling. I'm gonna put my glasses on as I'm struggling to see. Whenever I do anything like this, I always take a photo of what it looks like before, just in case, you never know, and I might have to put it back if I run into a problem, and then I know exactly what is where. The new light fitting has got a little golden bracket here fitting, and this one will be replacing what is up there in its entirety. So if I move up here now, effectively these two grey cables is what are gonna go in the brown and in the black, and sorry, the brown and the blue, and the brown, which is my live, is going to be this black with the red sleeve, which means live, and the black is going to be neutral, and this one here is the earth. So the first job I'll do is to remove this so that I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to move this little red sleeve further in so that I don't drop it, and I remember which one is live. And I'm going to go over here and remove the light cable. Perfect. Then I'll do the same with the earth. They are all joined together. And the three black ones and the three red ones, they are connected together through this little junction. So the three black ones will go in a place together, and the three red ones will have to go in a place together. So I can safely now disconnect them. But to ensure that I retain exactly the same wiring, I'll just tape them temporarily together so that I know that they belong to the same group, just like this. I don't need to do it with the yellow and the green one because quite clearly they're well identified. And the one with the red sleeve, as you can see, I've actually bent it so that it doesn't go anywhere. Now I need to remove a couple of screws. There is one in here and one in here. Actually no, there is only one. And take this off. And there is a little screw, a crosshair screwdriver. That comes off. There is a piece of timber on the other side which makes it nice and steady. And very gently I'm going to just push the cables below, there, up, and there it is, it's come off. The new fitting is very simple. It's got a couple of screws on each side, so if I unscrew them you can see that this little bar comes off, and that is the most important part, as this will hold the fitting. So the first job is to fit this up here and to make it central. And if Julie comes under here, can you see that there is a little piece of timber? Mm-hmm. That is where the screws will go to ensure that it's got a good strength. So the timber goes front to back, and I will ensure that this bracket, which is called a little screw in the middle, is bang on in the middle, and then I will know that my light will be in the middle. So I'll put it there, like this, in the same direction of the piece of timber. Also I've done a little visual check to ensure that there are no cables underneath and it's free, and I'll put new screws in. And unlike the previous installer, I will be putting two, because 2 is what is required. Nice, perfect, nice and steady. So having secured the bracket, I can now safely remove my tape. Inside the fitting there is a little junction, I don't know how to call it, just a little mini box maybe, and I will be using exactly the same principle to ensure that the black and the red cables continue to be attached together. So before I put this up, I will connect them up again. But if you look, the amount of cable which is visible is not enough, so I will be removing a little bit of this sleeve from both the red and the black cable so that I can join them together easier. And I'll put them together, and using my pliers I'll very gently twist them together so that they are all in one single cable. And now I'm doing exactly the same with the black cables, so nice and neat. And also what I'll do, I'll go at the end and I'll just chop any loose bits so that I'll go a nice straight cut. And here is my little connection, and I will put that in there nice and tight inside, and I'll go in with the screwdriver and I'll secure it. Perfect. And I'll do the same with the black one. So effectively I've now replicated the same schematics and design that we had with the previous ring, and making sure that the cables are properly inside the plastic and there is no bare wire visible, and I'll tighten it up. Now with the earth there is a little issue, as I've got 3 cables here which need to be joined together, but if I go in my light fitting I've only got space for one really here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be using another one of these connectors where these 3 cables will go inside one end, and then I'll get a single cable coming out and it will fit in here, and that will be nice and safe. So here I've got some lighting cable which is of identical specifications of the cable which is in the ceiling here. So I'm going to be undoing it a little bit, and this is the bit I need. So I got my pliers, and I will remove more than what I need for the time being. This is a sleeve for the earth cable, and I keep it obviously in my box, so I'll cut what I think I need and I'll fit it in. And all I need here is just the one. I remember talking to an electrician once when he came and did some work at work, and he said to me, whenever you're doing any work like this, always ensure that you bend your cable in half, and I'll give you a much better grip. And that's what I'm doing now. So I'll do this here while I'm sitting down, as it's more comfortable. So one end goes here, nice and tight as always. And this side here is what will go here on the light fitting against the yellow cable, which is the earth. But this is now a little bit too long, so I estimate that if I cut it here, about a centimeter should be plenty. And I'll do this now as it's easier. See this little clip here? You press it down, and then I did read the instruction, and this will go in here, and I'll press it until it fits in, and then I release this little clip and it's secured in. So I'm ready to go upstairs here, up on my ladder or my chair to fit it in. And like I did with the red and with the black cables, I'm now joining these 3 together and neatly putting them in one single group, and I'll chop the end and I will secure it with a screwdriver, nice and tight. So the earth is connected. I now need to extend my live and the neutral, so I'll cut a couple of pieces of cable again, and the blue one will be the neutral and the brown one will be the live. That is the convention. And while I'm done here, I will also remove this sleeve from both cables. So that is my neutral, and here's my live, and I'll do the other side. And while I'm here also, I'll make sure that I'll bend this side in half, as this will be going inside one of those little connectors. And I'll need a new connector for my live extension, and I'll put this in now, and I'll secure it while I'm done here. And this part will go inside the light fitting, so it doesn't need to be bent, whereas this is ready to go up in the ceiling, as I already got the neutral connected. And here is my live feed. I've got the little sleeve, and I've taken a little bit of the rubber off so that again I can bend this in half like I did before. It can now be connected to my little live connector here, and do it up nice and tight again. Whereas the neutral will go over here alongside all of the other blacks to replicate the previous diagram. Always nice and tight, of course. And all I've got left to do now is to connect the live to the L where it says here live. So I'll press the little lever. Hopefully the cable is not too long. that's perfect, fits in perfectly. I'll let it go, check it, and it's good. And then I'll do the same with the neutral. So the neutral goes in here, and in it goes. Let it go, and it's connected. So before I go anywhere else, I'll just test it. So I'm just doing a funnel Reiki to ensure that I've done exactly the same and followed the same diagram as before, and it looks absolutely perfect. So time to put a bulb in and test the electrics. So light bulbs goes in. This is an LED light, by the way, so very low power in terms of absorption, and let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, go. Hey!
Hooray.
Let it be light. So what I'll do next, I'll put the ring on the wall, and then it will secure the light, and it will be done. The good thing about these designs is that the bracket here is quite big, so actually you can fit in all of the connections, no problem at all. And there are a couple of screws, one on each side, that will secure it, and it will not go anywhere. Also, this is just a downstairs loo, hasn't got a shower, it's just a little sink and a toilet. So from a moisture point of view, it's actually hardly any moisture. So actually, I think it's a good choice that my son has made. Like a lot of new light fittings, this is no different really. Well, I have removed this little, what do you call it, sleeve, outside sleeve maybe, which is threaded. And I'll position this inside here, making sure that it's properly in, which it is. And while I hold it with one hand, I'll put my other hand inside it, and I'll screw it back on. And it's not very heavy, so it's not a problem, but also I'm making sure that it's not too tight, otherwise it could break, as this is actually glass. That's good enough, I think. So I'll put the bulb back in again, and we are ready to go. And that's perfect. So off we go. Let's try it once again. And we have light. So
Oh, pretty. That's nice.
Pretty, very good. Job number 1 completed. I can now move upstairs, and I'll do the first of the extractor fans. Actually, it's a very similar job because it's connecting 2 cables for live and the neutral, and one is the earth. And here I am upstairs in one of the bathrooms, replacing now the fan. I've got an old one. Actually, I don't think there's much wrong with this one other than just the old and manky, and my son would like a new one. And I will be replacing it with a nice brand new white one. And the only downside is that the old one is slightly wider and bigger, so my son will have to do a little touching up afterwards, but that is the least of the worries. I have already switched the electrics off, so again, I'll say it again, if you're not comfortable in doing these things yourself, call an electrician or a competent person. I think I'm a competent person, or a competent person, but I don't think I can come to see you. Okay, so that is a good start, as I can see that there is a little tube, and the tube comes off very easily. It's a matter just of dislodging it. And the good thing about these fans is that inside they're all standard sizes. So if I just take the new one and I put it next to the old one, I'll just get this off, you will see what I mean. If I put it next to one another, they should be very, very similar. Actually, they're identical actually, so that will be very straightforward. So the power comes in the old fan over here, and I can see that at the front there is a little cover which is currently secured by a screw. So here I'm now locating the cables, and you can see that actually there are only 2 cables required. The earth cable is not used at all, it's been isolated, so I'm going to be removing both the live and the neutral using a little screwdriver, and I'll pull this out. Perfect. However, being that this cable has been here for a long time, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to do new ends, because I think they're a little bit rusty, so I'll cut them off here, and I'll cut this off here also, and I'll do the same with the earth, although the earth is not going to be required actually, so but I'll cut it anyway, otherwise I'll get jealous. And I'm going to go in with my cutters, and I'll gently apply some pressure, and I'll go around, and I will just remove it so that I get a brand new piece of cable, and I'll do the same with a red one. So the convention is red is live and black is neutral. Here is the new extractor fan, and this hole here is where the cable will come in. So just like the old one, very, very similar. So I'll just feed them through, 1 and 2. And while I'm at it, I'll connect the pipe again. I'll just have a quick check to make sure that there is nothing in there. Yeah, looks okay. It's a little bit grabby, as you'd expect, but it's free from any debris, which is good. The live, which is the red one, will go on this side, and I'll go in with my screwdriver and secure it. I always ensure that these are nice and tight, of course, and then I'll go along and I'll do exactly the same with the neutral. So here it goes over there. And the neutral is also secured. In the meantime, my pipe has come off, not too worried, I'll go back in again. So let's reconnect the pipe. I'll just push it up, and can you see this hole over here and over here? That's where the screws are going to go in. And there is some timber on the in the loft against this side, so that will be nice to be able to screw straight in the timber. So I'll just get the screwdriver and a screw, and I'll put it up. And there we go with screw number 1. I'll make sure that it's nice and straight as it can be, and this is what I meant earlier. You will have to do some patching up here with some decorating, and I think it'll be fine. There is a little screw over here, so I'll put it in first so that I don't have to give myself too many problems later. I'll just make sure that it's thoroughly out. And it's a little clip over here, so I'll clip it on first like this, so that it's perfectly aligned, and then I'll go over here and I'll secure the screw in. And bear in mind, this is plastic. As soon as I get to the end, I'll stop because it could easily break, but it's nice and safe. And there is also a little cap, white cap, cosmetic of course, and that goes in there, and then cannot see the screw. Now I'll turn the electrics on and we'll test it. And I'll just turn the light on first. Yep, lights are back on, and this is the pulley switch for the fan. Not sure if you can hear it, you should be able to hear it. And on and off, as I say, it doesn't got a timer, so it's just a bit like a light switch, on and off. So it works perfectly okay. So I'll move next door, I'll do exactly the same job. And as you imagine also, it's exactly the same extractor fan, same design, so definitely I won't bore you with this one. So I'll see you at the end once I've replaced it. And here is number 2, just to show that it's working. Identical to the previous one, and all 3 jobs are completed. I will share something with you, because when I start working on this one, Julie said to me, actually words were, bear in mind this is an ensuite and we are next door to a bedroom. She said to me, "You don't need my help anymore, do you?" So when somebody asks you a question like that, it means I'm really going to lay down and you carry on.
I did, I laid down, it was lovely.
She just lay down while I was
I've got
changing
some sciatica, so I need to
Yes,
lay down
okay.
regularly at the moment.
Anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed watching me doing some DIY jobs at my son's, and that's it. Thank you for watching. See you later. Ciao, ciao.